Leadership in the Crucible of Work, Discovering the Interior Life of an Authentic Leader by Sandy Shugart, Ph.D. Performed by the author. No portion of this recording may be reproduced for any reason without prior written consent from the publisher. At the time of this audiobook recording, the publisher was known as Florida Hospital Publishing. The publisher's parent company, Adventist Health System, was renamed Advent Health. The publisher's name is now Advent Health Press. For more information about whole-person health resources, please visit www.adventhealthpress.com and www.creationlife.com. Author's note: this book contains many stories. In order to preserve the privacy of the people involved, I have disguised names, appearances, and aspects of their personal stories so they are not identifiable. Stories may also include composite characters. We begin this audio production with a special author interview, followed by the unabridged presentation of Leadership in the Crucible of Work.
In the book Leadership in the Crucible of Work, noted speaker, poet, and college president Dr. Sandy Shugart takes readers on an unforgettable journey to the heart of what it means to be an authentic leader. Hello, this is Todd Chobatar, and I'm delighted to have the opportunity to speak today with the author of this remarkable book. Dr. Shugart, welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
I'd like to begin by asking you about an intriguing idea that's right at the center of your book. It's this concept that work forms us more powerfully than we form it. What do you mean by that?
The whole modern project, the way modern people think, has been about being in control, to gather information, data, understand the universe in order to control it more powerfully. And it's an assumption about life that informs almost everybody's work. So we go to work feeling like we're in charge. And people are unaware of the fact that most of the time what they're doing has a bigger impact on them than they can possibly imagine. So the habits you have, the way of thinking, the tools you use every day, the way you get your work done is shaping not only the object of your work, but also you, the person performing that. So I mentioned in the book that it's hard not to notice that a carpenter who's been at his job for 30 or 40 or 50 years has a handshake that looks like it was made for the handle of a hammer. Or that very often you'll see architects with whom I meet all the time taking their ordinary meeting notes with pencils and paper that you would use for drawing and sketching. It's just the habit of use. And those are illustrations, but the really deeper question is, what is it doing to your character? So the way we think and act at work is acting on us as well, and people can become shaped by their work in ways that can be unintentional or intentional.
One of the things that I appreciated about the way that you approached that is, it seemed to me in reading this book that I have a choice. Work is going to shape me in one fashion or another, whether I want it to or not. The question is, am I going to allow it to intentionally shape me or unintentional and see where I end up?
I think that's very true. Everybody is being shaped all the time, and knowing that is a part of the wisdom of how to go into your work in a way that you're choosing who you're becoming over time, rather than waking up someday and saying, wow, I've become someone I never intended to be, and I'm not happy about it.
Absolutely. What exactly is the crucible that you talk about that's in the title, Leadership in the Crucible of Work? What is that exactly?
Well, I chose that metaphor because it spoke to me. I was originally trained as a chemist, and in chemistry, a crucible is a hardened ceramic vessel in which you perform reactions that would be too violent or too volatile for an ordinary flask. They'd shatter it. So a crucible is a place where you have increased pressure, increased heat, increased reactivity, maybe some kind of byproduct that's corrosive and nasty. And there was a time in my life at work when that's exactly what I was experiencing every day at work. That is, I felt heat and pressure and reactivity and corrosion to my spirit. And that metaphor spoke out to me and said, you're in a crucible. And I thought, well, I've got to get out of here. But I've discovered there was no place where people were doing serious work.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?